This PowerPoint lesson is about journaling. Journaling is the spiritual practice of keeping a written or recorded account of your daily thoughts, actions, and feelings. In old days, that meant writing them, but today it can mean writing them, it can mean taping them, it can mean keeping them in any of other electronic method. Journaling is not sharing with others, but it is something that we keep strictly to ourselves. Why should we journal? Journaling causes us to recognize what we are really thinking or feeling, what's truly on our mind, instead of what we would like to be on our mind. Journaling causes us to keep a record of our best thoughts and feelings so that we can act on them later. Journaling can also be a cathartic experience. That means it gives vent to our anger, our fear, our rage, and frustrations in a safe manner so that we can get them out and pray for them. Journaling is also an aid to prayer. It surfaces things in our minds that we really need to know so that we can pray about them and so that God can work on them. Journaling is really very easy, but nevertheless there are a few do's and don'ts to keep in mind. All you really need is a pencil, a tape recorder, a cassette recorder, your computer, or whatever, but keep in mind these do's and don'ts. First, do keep it secret. If you're keeping a journal on your computer, make sure it's password protected. If you're keeping it in a book, make sure the book is locked in a safe place. If you're keeping it a recorded journal, make sure that there's no way that anyone can get to the recording. These have to be your private thoughts between you and God, and no one else should know. It should be strictly between you and God. Don't censor yourself. Ecclesiastes says, "To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven." There is a time for saying the appropriate things and being careful what you say. Your journal is not that time. Your journal is the time that you can say or anything that's on your heart or mind. You can put it down on paper in a safe place. Honesty is the best policy here. There is more damage in keeping our thoughts and feelings hidden from ourselves than there are from exposing them and then learning how to grow out of them with the help of the Spirit. So, in your journal, if you're writing and your heart says to you, I better not go there, go there. Write it down in your journal so that you can know what is truly on your mind. Do end your journal entries in prayer. For whatever comes out in your journal needs to be handed to God. And by handed to God, God works on it. When we have expressed our true thoughts, we can turn them into prayers. Give them to God and ask Him to help you overcome those things that need to be overcome. Don't plan what you're going to write when you sit down to write at your journal. Journals are mainly our spontaneous thoughts. It is common for the tone of our writings when we write to change, to become more or less angry, fearful, or hopeful. Oftentimes, if we come to journaling angry, we start with angry words, but by the time we get to the end, we manage to work through those words and be hopeful. That's part of the cathartic process. Our true feelings often emerge only after we start writing. So don't be disturbed by what you might come up with to write, but also don't think that it's going to be like that all the time. You'll find your way through the dark patches and into the light of the gospel with the power of the Spirit. Do go back and read your journals later. You'll be amazed at how you'll find perspectives change over the passage of time. God works through the problems that you have, but to go back and see how His hand has worked in your life and how you've changed is a wonderful thing. So do go back and read them later. Do let the Holy Spirit speak. The Holy Spirit will speak to us as we begin to confess our true feelings. Journaling is an important part of an examined life and a necessary part for developing your testimony. It's one of the oldest and most cherished of the spiritual disciplines, so I strongly encourage you to do it. And that's really all there is to know about journaling. Go do it, and you'll find that God will bless you.